Peter Eliades with you, Stock Market Cycles Update for Tuesday, May 26th. We're going to do something a little bit different today, differently. Look at the IWM, which is the ETF for the Russell 2000. But first, I want to take a quick look at these nominal 10-day projections. We're going to look at three basically the same thing type charts. It's 3.5 to 4 market day offsets for nominal 10-day projections. This is the S&P future, daytime only, Globex not included. As you can see, we missed by a tiny bit getting up into that nominal 10-day projection today. Next, we'll bring up the S&P including Globex on a daily chart. Okay, here's the S&P including Globex, and look at this. That projection was fully met back on Friday of last week, well into the projection window. And finally, let's take a look at the cash itself. Here we go with the cash itself, and interesting. So you can see the differences between these three entities that are basically the same thing. S&P futures, S&P cash. They usually have around the same range every day. One of the three made it, and two of the three had just missed the nominal 10-day projection. So is this close enough to call it some kind of short-term top? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But the one that I wanted to show you was IWM. Let's take a look at that. IWM, I was going to say it clearly met the projection, but let's take a look at it. The high today was 140.38 and 140.46, though 8 cents away. It did not clearly get into the projection window, but it missed it by 8 cents. So this is, for all practical purposes, this is a hit, and you can say that that projection was met at least on a very minimal basis. The one that's more interesting today for the IWM, for the ETF for the Russell 2000, is the 5-week offset for the nominal 10-week projection. Look at this. That projection was given back on April 22nd, over a month ago. We had an up and down, testing the continuum here. Let's take a quick look at this one on a continuum basis. It'll make it clearer what happened. Zoom in a little bit here. See this? Here's where the projection was clearly given, got above the continuum, gave this projection, which called for 138.28 to 147.09. Today, moved clearly into that projection window with this move here. So this, when you get a market index such as the Russell 2000 or the IWM that reaches into projection territory on a intermediate term basis, this is a nominal 10-week projection, then you have an excuse at least for the market reacting somewhat from reaching that projection. So it doesn't necessarily say you're going to have any big pullback here, but it does say because both the nominal 10-day and the nominal 5-week projections were met, there's an excuse for the market pulling back here should it wish to do so. So I'm not going to show you the Dow now, but the Dow missed its nominal 10-day projection, the 3.5 to 4-day offset, by a little bit also. So the odds favor us going a little higher here. And as you can see, the Russell 2000, the IWM, closed nearer the high than the low of the day. But some of the indexes, let's take a quick look at the NDX. Okay, here's the NDX, and as you can see, it very clearly got into its nominal 10-day projection. Back here about a week or a little more than a week ago, when we got these nominal 10-day projections, I showed you the S&P. We didn't look at this one, but this one has very clearly been met today. In fact, it was met at the opening. So on a very short-term basis, as we said, some of these indicators have reached their very short-term projections. Other ones still have higher to go, even on the short term. So it doesn't appear as if even very short term there's much to worry about. The nice thing about the projections is if there is something to worry about in terms of a larger decline, you're going to know pretty quickly by these short-term offsets, okay? So that's the way we stand. Don't have much more to show you today. We're going to have a The picture is going to clarify greatly, I believe, over the next several trading days going into next week. But this is where we stand as of today and what we saw today. Thanks for watching. Haven't subscribed yet? Bottom right, subscribe. Click the bell. You'll be notified. If you have not yet taken advantage of the special offer for TradeStation from TradeStation with a $1,000 discount for commissions, if you open a new account there and get our application, you should do so. We'll try to remember to put a link down below the video today. Thanks a lot for watching.